And earlier this afternoon, the RoyOMartin Company held its 9th annual Women in Manufacturing event here in Alexandria. The event took place at LSUA's Brumfield Cafe's auditorium. Among the audience were female students from the 7th all the way to the 12th grade. The goal is to increase the female workforce as part of RoyOMartin's second phase of the Women in Manufacturing initiative. It is called Girls Can Too and started 3 years ago in 2022. These students were able to hear testimonies from RoyOMartin employees about the role that women have within the manufacturing industry. The special guest speaker for this year was E. Scott Poole, the president of RoyOMartin. Poole expressed his gratitude for the women who have positively contributed to the manufacturing industry. KALB spoke with the vice president of human resources of RoyOMartin about the importance to support women in manufacturing.
Many research shows that by 2030, we will not have enough males to fill the positions that manufacturing will require. And so women make up about 49% of the workforce, and they could fill the gaps that we're going to experience.
Other testimonies shared with the 5 women who have been specifically honored at today's celebration. The honorees have been working for RoyOMartin for several years and expressed gratitude for the recognition.